All right, here we go.
All right, so we just saw the end of Oak Street.
The end of Oak Street. Yeah.
Right. We want to start with.
Well, we don't want to spoil it right off the top.
I think we start with.
We'll give 60 seconds to no spoilers.
60 seconds and no spoilers. Recommend the movie or no? Thumbs up, thumbs down. From the preview, I'll either go or you go.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Thumbs down. This movie angered me.
Oh,
a lot of when we come out of a movie, my review is based on how I feel coming out of the movie.
Yeah.
And the last third of the movie just dropped me.
Okay.
Especially
we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah. We don't have to do the details.
But be careful. Be careful. But
I would say, if you're, I don't know. Obviously, if you're going to go see it. But if you're questioning it, I would. This is not a movie I would recommend. I didn't like it.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I'm at least mid. At best, I'm mid about it. Because there was parts of it that I thought were humorous and more humorous than Super Troopers 3.
That's fair. My real problem is the movie kind of changes its tone.
Yeah.
And then it has a shocking scene.
Yeah.
I can't put this in a movie like, is this a lighthearted redemption movie? And then they try to bring that back. No,
it's all over the place. I'll give you that, and I will say because at one point I'm like, am I watching a horror flick or am I watching? What am I watching here?
I just looked up some quotes because that's how much I didn't like the movie.
So definitely not a recommend from Frank. I would say if you ain't got nothing better to do, maybe, but not a. Yeah, maybe wait for it to come out on cable.
Maybe
and watch it.
No,
watch it on cable, maybe.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time. I definitely say don't waste your time at the theater for it.
Yeah.
All right. So
now we can go
into spoilers.
Well, so there's obviously. And they actually quoted it as a comparison to Jurassic Park, and this falls far short.
Yeah.
So one of the things about Jurassic Park is it really draws the tension. Now, the effects were rather good.
I think so.
Most of the time I believed that
we were looking at what we were looking at.
Yeah, this was not like Disclosure Day where it pulled me out.
Yeah.
There was the one scene with the dog. I was like, oh, that didn't look so good. Now, but again, so now I'll go into my specific problems. And like I said, I was iffy on the movie until about 2/3 of the way through. Do we want to give a quick overview of what it's actually?
Yeah, we can.
I think the first thing to say is that this movie we thought the 70s. I guess it turns out it was 1982.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact date, but that becomes important.
Somewhere like July of '82, somewhere in July of '82.
We both looked at each other and we're like, this movie's set in the 70s? Because you can see by the dress, and then it's reinforced. And
I'm going to count as '82 as the '70s. You're not far enough into the. You're not
I
far enough into
that,
the
right?
'80s. Yeah,
sure.
Right. Yeah, you're still '70s. You're rocking the '70s when you go into '82.
The style, everything, the Polaroid camera.
Well, and I'll say this. Look, the attention detail as far as the setting goes was just so spot on. I mean, everything. The color palette relative to the cars, external houses, the shape of the houses, the style of the houses, the neighborhood. You were in a 1970s neighborhood. And even, like I said, the color palette, there was one scene where the girl's sitting on the little roof area and she's leaning back against, the upper part of the house. And it's got wood shutters. It's not only is it the right color palette, but they're weathered. It's not like somebody just painted up this brand new movie set.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a practical set or if that was green screen. Doesn't matter.
Even down to the TV antennas on the roof. Just any little thing you can think of. You were in the late '70s, early '80s firmly. Yeah. And so well done, set design, all that, well done.
Yeah.
And I'll say that before we get into all your list of grievances, before we get into that, let me say this: the very first scene pops up on the screen. You know, it's Anne Hathaway standing there with her kids or whatever. First, and I'm like, how in the hell is Anne Hathaway still 20 years old? I mean, she
has
looked,
aged well.
She looked like she was 20 years old in this movie. How is this possible? Not to mention, what is this, like 4 movies she's been in this year?
I was getting a little annoyed at that.
Odyssey, and I think we've seen all of them.
I mean, there are more actresses out there and actors. Why do we see
not.
this?
Evidently, it's
Do
Anne
they hold them
Hathaway.
all so they all come out in the same time so you can get bored of them? I don't know.
It's amazing. Right, so anyway, so the whole plot of the movie is an entire neighborhood is teleported
to the
200 million years in the past.
I'm not enough of a dinosaur.
Yeah,
file.
I couldn't tell you, and that I don't know that they're accurate.
But they were trying, like, you know, I think we all can remember when the Tyrannosaurus Rex appears on screen in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And the water ripple. You're like, this didn't give me any of that. Like I really halfway through, I looked up how long the movie was. It's only an hour and 20 minutes, I think.
Was it? I don't know.
And I was like, and I was waiting for the payoff. There is no explanation. It just kind of happens.
Yeah.
There is a time loop, and the dog missing. And I was like, okay, the dog's gonna come and show up at the end, and then the kid. That's so one of these things in these movies, I can do the suspension of disbelief, but especially what drives you is, okay, people are reacting to this, like, are they reacting to it realistically, or how would I react in this situation, right? It's part of the reason why I like Dungeons and Dragons role-playing games. It's really putting you in the movie, getting to react to those situations. And again, they set it up because they're a husband and wife who are, in the motions of going through a divorce.
Yeah, or definitely headed that way.
The housewife, they have 2 kids that are in their teens. The wife, Anne Hathaway, has written this book, and she's got a foot out the door. So that's what I was really, because I was like, she's upset because he's working extra hours. Yeah. And then they reveal, so I thought the reveal was going to be that he was philandering or something. But no, the reveal is that he lost his job and he didn't want to tell her.
So he's been out delivering pizzas.
He's been out delivering pizzas for extra money to just do whatever he can. Again, I that just never connected with that. I did find myself at times rooting for the dinosaurs to get beaten.
Well, and let's not bury the lead.
So
we've gotten this far into it, and we haven't revealed that this is the shocking scene. First time I've ever seen it. Dinosaur porn.
Oh, okay. Yes, and he roped it up to me because there's actually another one. So that was
You thought I was going somewhere else.
And again, that's what pulled me out of the movie more, because shortly after that,
yeah, you definitely belly laughed at that part.
I did. That was probably my favorite scene.
Dinosaur porn.
They've figured out that, like, these portals open up and that they can get back home. Yeah. So it's like, okay, we've got a mission now. We've got a way. Again, in a stressful situation, people are going to do crazy things. Right. So they've split up. Yeah. The kid sees the dog. The dog has survived on his own somehow for a few days. Yeah. He runs off. The daughter goes looking for him. The 2 parents are fighting about their relationship, which I think would be out the door at this point. But it's revealed that he read her book.
Yeah.
She's devastated because the basement flooded, so she's lost her wonderful book. That's about a woman who wants to leave her family. Like,
whatever.
But yes. So they see they can see the glow from across the neighborhood, and they're like, oh, okay. So they're like, you kids stay here. We're gonna go see what's going on, and it's two dinosaurs. First time, 2 dinosaurs getting down.
Yeah.
Doing
big, huge,
the
whatever
Funky
dinosaurs,
Medina.
almost like a brontosaurus or whatever they are.
Whatever,
Who knows what they were?
Whatever it was.
Using the house to support themselves while they're.
She laughs. I belly laugh.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Do you know how much danger we're in?" And then she insists on taking a prehistoric selfie with a Polaroid.
Yeah.
And so you have this very lighthearted scene. They go back, they
Yeah.
get the kids, and then the Tyrannosaurus Rex shows up.
Yeah.
And they're all distracting it to get to sacrifice themselves. She found a rifle. She's about to get eaten, and then he comes with the sledgehammer, which is all he has.
Yeah.
And he lands this perfect blow.
Yeah.
And knocks the
his
T-Rex.
jaw.
And I don't know if it
hits
was a
him in the
T-Rex.
jaw or
The big-
whatever.
Yeah. It was like, okay, I can get that. And then the very next scene is he loses his leg and then he's eaten.
Yeah.
And it really was like, listen, if that was the movie you were making, it just didn't work for me. At that point, I was like, okay. And she goes into shock. They somehow get away from this thing.
Yeah.
They just kind of walk off. Now he's obviously.
Well, they walk away while he's
obviously full now.
While the T-Rex is chowing down on Dad.
Yeah.
They walk away.
So you.
There's definitely shock value there.
Oh, without a doubt, because we're both like, what the fuck just happened? Because you weren't prepared for that, and.
But it does bring up another thing too, and that is, throughout the whole movie, I'm like, where are the other families? Where are the other adults? And this was not just a small neighborhood with 10 houses. This was like 100 houses, 200 houses when we see the aerial view. It was a huge neighborhood,
And
lots of houses.
You see the people getting eaten randomly.
Randomly small, but not that represents the population density. That's
Sure.
what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. You'd connect with neighbors,
or you'd have somebody like me that's heading over to Frank's house to get the guns.
That's right.
I mean, no looting is going on.
I lost all my guns in the boating accident.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Tremors?
No.
Okay. One weekend we're gonna watch Tremors. Fantastic movie. The dad from Family Ties, I don't remember his name. He's a gun nut in Arizona, and he has my dream rec room. So I'll just leave it at that.
Right.
People, we'll see it at some point.
But yeah,
and then
so
you'll know
there's no looting going on in the movie, and that's what surprised me. There was nobody out trying to, one man, every man for himself kind of thing. Matter of fact, there was no men. Where was everybody?
Right. Well, this is especially like the movie starts with them having a block party. So you think, and they're having trouble with their one neighbor, but you'd think that they would. So this is my problem with zombie movies, right? Because even The Walking Dead, did you ever watch that at all?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So The Walking Dead, like the reality for humanity is we'll cooperate, right? Actually, I've heard theories that it's not survival of the fittest, it's survival of the most cooperative. That's really what differs man from any other species, is that we'll really work together. You could say ants, but whatever. Yeah. But that's how right? How would we unite all Americans? Well, we'd have a war with another country that you and I are gonna unite again in Huntsville against Birmingham, and then Alabama against Tennessee. Unite, whatever. And so that really people would cooperate. That's the Walking Dead. In the end, that was always my problem. Is there was other humans. When humans have every reason to cooperate, they don't. Right? They're the biggest villain. Right? Yeah. Is that an allegory for humanity?
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah. No, the villain. Yeah, that's right.
But again, this movie. So again, I was doing my best to just try to enjoy the movie, and like I said, that's really what comes out is when I finish the movie, how do I feel? And they started with that, and then they find a portal. It's in the librarian's house, who they've already established that they're friends.
Yeah, right.
You see her in the house, and she's got a gun, but they get to the roof, and they've also picked up this other girl, pseudo love interest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But she's just like, hey, I'll see you guys later. And she jumps and makes it. But now the problem is that you have to time your jump because the portal is not stable. So this globe flashes in and flashes in and out. And then first she's like, me or your sister are gonna go because they're older, and then she's gonna let the boy go first, and he mistimes his jump, lands on the ground, breaks his leg. Then out of nowhere, the dog comes to save him from a pterodactyl flying dinosaur. Yeah. And I was just like, at this point, I'm rooting for the dinosaurs to eat them all. It's like, so every point then, when they somehow survive, I was like, okay, you establish that the main characters do not have. My wife loves this term. Do you know what plot armor is?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So they've established that the main characters
don't have plot armor
don't
because
have
they just
armor.
took out Obi-Wan.
But they did again. Like they just wanted to kill the husband, and so I was done with it at that point. The boy, they get out just at the last second repeatedly, and I'm like, no, he let someone else get like lose a leg or something, and even when they're in the house and now all these alligators are surrounded them, what happens is the librarian lady that they have not established contact, she comes out and she shoots a couple, and then she gets eaten. So she doesn't even survive. She's now sacrificed themselves for these people.
Yeah.
So I was done, and then they make it back, right? So they decide, they're sitting there arguing when you see all the dinosaurs flying around. I'm like, just jump, just go, like. And now they will jump at once, which is what they probably should have done in the first. Somehow the dog made it.
Yeah, the dog
like
jumped.
I would have thought they pick up the dog because the dog doesn't know what's going on. The dog's gonna jump off the roof. I don't think so. So I'm burning up at this point. So then they make it. They land in some lady's pool. She's like, "What's going on?" They get out. They check the mail and they see it's actually the night of. They've been in there a few days or a few weeks.
But now they've gone back in time.
They've gone back in time to the very instant, and they just know that this all happened
about 20 minutes before the whole thing happens.
Right. And they're like, no, we can't go save people, but
they're not going to listen. Blah blah blah.
Right. But she ends up calling the.
She runs to the payphone
and
because it's 1982.
Right.
There's a payphone.
Right, and she orders a pizza and she saves him. And I was just done at that point.
Which then now breaks all kind of time travel causality problems and all this other kind of stuff too. Because essentially,
how did they survive without him?
Right. How did they survive without him? And they just took him out of it, and so
So this movie,
and by the way, saved him, but left herself and her kids to die. saved the husband.
So I didn't. And then at the end. Now she's written a book and she's super successful on her experience.
Yeah.
The end of Oak Street. She also apparently made a bunch of phone calls and saved all the other characters.
Who evidently everybody listened to her on a phone call and left town.
Yeah, including the neighbor she didn't like.
Yeah.
And she's this big hero. Like I said, is
and I'm
by
trying
this
to say,
point.
in that very last scene when they're all in the backyard or whatever they're in, were two versions of that young girl back there? The girl they saved who ran off and said, "I'm going to go get my parents" or whatever. I want to say I need to go back. I need to fast forward to the end of this movie.
Yeah.
But I think there were two versions of that girl.
So one of the things I did because I was done with this movie, I read up on IMDb, and I don't know where I read this, but one of them said that the end credit scene, which there is not an end credit scene, and all it is audio. And do not wait for it.
Yeah, don't wait. Yeah, if you do go to the movie, don't wait for the because the thing.
How did they promote it? It's like, it's a funny little audio.
It's worth waiting for.
It is not worth waiting for.
It was just it was background
and if
jungle
you can
noise.
Find whoever wrote that, whatever AI wrote that, you smash it with a hammer, or you throw a drink in the person's face. Maybe they don't deserve a slap, but that was.
So what else do we say about the movie?
So I thought that some of the end credit scenes is that there's actually two versions of the wife, and I didn't catch that. I didn't get any of that. But again, did she call herself? That's what they were saying. That's some of the stuff I read.
I need to see that. Like that's what I'm saying. I just really it looked like there were doubles, at least the doubles of the young girl.
Again, right. If she saved her parents, she might have saved herself. So, honestly, this movie is so bad that I don't want to spend any more time on it.
I just want to say, and maybe I'll find online a description of that very last scene.
Like I said, Yeah,
I don't know, Frank. As we've talked about it, I think I might have to go back and revisit my recommendation.
like I said,
I think you
that
should
shocking scene. I could forgive the paradoxes and all those other things, but that was kind of a shocking scene.
When
And then
Obi-Wan
it's-
gets eaten.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah.
well, why not just kill the son too, and then have the wife call the I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because what I'm going to say now, are we wrapping it up?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess to wrap it up, I'll say this. I think you should go see it if dinosaur porn is your thing.
If you not
Because I can't.
tasteful dinosaur porn.
Tasteful
This
dinosaur
was nothing
porn.
gratuitous.
Yeah, right.
They laugh about it.
Yeah, not enough to get it an X rating.
No, certainly not.
But
Certainly not.
But it's
Yeah.
I'll say this: the best dinosaur porn scene I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah, don't Google dinosaur porn. I'm terrified.
No,
what you might
I
find.
don't think I don't.
Well,
think
very
I just want
good.
to do that.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
right, that's
All
it.
right, take care, everybody.